Welcome back to Wrecker. Hey, if you're new here, my name is Monica. I'm pregnant with a girl. I have a almost 13-year-old son and a 17-year-old son, so I'm a boy mom for 17 years who's pregnant with a girl. That's the basis of my channel, I guess, now. Today's video, I was thinking of rearranging my living room, but now I am going to really redo my living room. It needs some paint. I'm thinking about adding something to this little cutout here. This might be a two-part video, and I will show you the before right now. Okay, so here is the way the TV and everything's set up. I know, it's a huge TV. That little white vase over there, I just stuck that over there. It was in the cutout. For the most part, you can see how it was laid out. I did pull this brown couch out though from the wall, as I'm going to be painting the trim on these two cutouts, and I'll show you why. Do you see how the kitchen looks all white and bright? And then we have the brick wall right there, and it has a cute wooden sign. Then it just like kind of looks like dingy over in the living room, and I feel like it's because the trim, it's the only wood trim that I didn't paint. I know some of you are probably in the background watching this going, no, don't do that. You know, it looks so nice. But as you can see behind me, like the whole other side of the house with bedrooms and everything, there's plenty of wood trim. How I want our house is more of like a rustic in the front, like throughout the whole house. But I want more of like a rustic farmhouse in the main living space. And then more of a rustic and then just our own. My boys can have their own styles in their rooms, obviously. We'll have wood, just not on the trim. Because it's just, I know it seems like it's nice, but when you live here for so long and you see it and you're just like, I feel like it looks more yellow than nice. It just looks yellow and just not loving it anymore. I'm trying to finish all these kinds of projects I have before baby girl comes. My due date is August 3rd. Stay tuned and we're gonna start painting. All the walls in the living room need to be painted, but right now I'm just gonna paint the trim, and then also when I'm done, everything needs to be culled too. You guys are wondering about this light. It is called a happy light or happy lamp, and I will have it linked down below. If you're affected by the weather, like if your mood's affected by the weather, it helps with that. So I will link that down below. It has many like different settings, and you can turn it brighter and not as bright, like up and down, all kinds of stuff. What are you doing? Oh, you're so cute. Thanks for getting me dirty. So you guys, a long time ago, I got 4 of these boards from Home Depot. They are 3/4 inch by 1/2 inch by 39 inches. Some of them are cool because they have the live edge. But anyways, so I got 4 of these, and my boyfriend used 2 of them, and I'll show you what he did with them. So my boyfriend hung this up. My boyfriend used 2 of the boards to make these to hold up, like little brackets to hold up this wooden shelf for our coffee station. So anyways, what I wanted to do with these is I was forgetting like how wide they were, which it's not that wide. I wanted to kind of make like bookshelves in the wall cutout in the living room. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use wood glue and glue them together, and because I think they'll be long enough, maybe I can cut them in half. I don't know, I'm gonna find out. And this boy, what are you doing, you sweet boy? That is our husky, Jack. Okay, I can already tell it's not gonna work. The end. So I don't know, I will figure something out. That's what it looks like. I have to repaint that whole wall and everything. Like I said, I have to paint all the walls around the living room. But what I want is, I want to turn that into like a little, like a mini library, because I don't have a good spot for books. And I was thinking, I mean, it's been sitting in front of my face forever, and I was like, why don't I just put shelves in there? And then I also have an idea to hide them too, so it'll look really cool, like a little secret library. Okay, so I have the wood glue and the clamp ready. And let's clamp these together. I'm gonna pour some in the cap, see? And I'm just gonna use a cheap paintbrush and paint it on. If you put enough on this edge, you don't need to put any on the other edge. Lay it down how we want it. I only have one of these. I don't know, this isn't mine. It's my boyfriend's. But I don't know. I know he has more, just don't know where they're at. We are just gonna have to use that one and see how it turns out. First, what I'm gonna do is clear everything off. I took those lanterns and stuff. I'm gonna take this down and I'm just gonna clean it really good so when I paint it, the dirt and stuff won't come through. And I just took this picture and I shoved it in the center because it fit. And I did it to cover this from where our TV was hanging. So eventually I gotta touch up this and all that. So that's another part of the project. I need a ladder because I'm short. I'm going to be using this High Endurance Plus Grab and Go. It's interior paint and primer. Tupperware is just easy for me. If you are going to save your paint, or you don't know if you're going to end up saving some of your paint, you're going to go back to it later, you can always put the lid on. And I'm going to use some dog nail clippers to open the paint. You can use anything though. I don't have a lot, so we'll see how much we can get done today. I'm going to start from the top, get in there and get it done. This is just the first coat. You're just going into a project. It's gonna look funny. It'll get better though. But I will tell you one thing. I loved the red. It's just it wasn't like all the walls were red. It was just accent walls. The only thing about it was that the other color that we used was like a kind of like a tan color, and it just, after a while, it felt like, you know, with all the wood trim and then the tan paint, the only thing I did like was the red. But I didn't want to do red with white, and then it just ended up painting walls white and trying to get color elsewhere, you know. Paint can make a huge, huge difference. Jack, don't you stick your head out there. Also, normally I'd be more careful on the trim, like actually not get it on the wall, but these walls actually need a second coat of paint anyways, so I'm not too worried about it. No, get out of there. Go lay down. If anyone doesn't know, Huskies are actually like cats. Their personalities They're really curious. They don't listen to you. I don't know. You can train them, but if they listen, it's because they're choosing to listen. It's not because, I mean, they're not always going to listen, is what I'm trying to say. They're like cats, just so you know. I feel so much better about this already. I cannot wait until it's done. So far, so good. I'm liking it. When I actually put a new coat of paint in the whole living room eventually, it will look a lot better because it'll get rid of that and then that. I can touch up that right now though if I want. But I think everything will just be more cohesive because all the window frames and stuff are white over here. Standing back here, it looks a lot better too. Like everything just matches better. Also, we're gonna get a new ceiling fan sometime. And also I have dirty dishes in the sink, don't mind those. I'm gonna finish painting this one. Not gonna record it because I don't want it to be repetitive and you already know how it's gonna look anyways. So I'm gonna do that real quick and I will get back to you guys. Painted the other one on the left side. I actually ran out of paint. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to order paint today or go pick some up. I have to fill some holes there. Another day I'm gonna have to paint every single wall in this area and that section too over there. Probably paint the trim around the door. A lot of stuff to do outside of what I'm doing now, but that's what that looks like now. Let's see what it looks like standing in the dining room. See how that just looks better? It just flows better. I don't know. I love doing updates. It like something so simple. Just painting that little section right there, that little area makes such a big difference. Like, also, we're going to eventually get some new flooring for our kitchen, so I'm really excited about that because under those mats there's a huge rip from our dog because there was a little rip when we first moved in, and then when he was a really like young puppy, he tore up the floor. He doesn't tear up furniture, but he tore up the floor. Okay, you guys, that is going to be it for today's video. Until I get more paint, at least, I will keep you updated. And I'm sorry this video was late. I just wasn't prepared. I have no excuse. But I wanted to leave you with a quote. At the end of this video, you will see my Instagram, or you can go to my page, and it's at the very top of my channel. The quote said, "You are forgetting how far you've come." And I think that's a really good reminder because a lot of us are told not to dwell on the past. And I feel like it's a good thing to think about it sometimes and remind yourself what you've overcome and how far you have come. And just because you're not where you envisioned yourself, like, you know, if you have a 5-year plan and you didn't do it, you know, you didn't get to where you wanted to be within the time you had, it's just, it doesn't mean anything. If you can look in the past and realize like how far you've come, all the struggles you've surpassed, you will feel so much better about where you are right now. And I think it's a good reminder to just let yourself know that you have come a long way and you will get to where you want to be eventually, but just enjoy where you are right now because it was hard to get where you are right now and you should be proud of yourself. So I'm just going to leave you guys with that, and thank you for watching Wrecker and stay tuned. Thank you. Bye.